Hello and welcome to more Dark Souls 2 with me, Oni Black Mage. Let's see, I fell to a horrible plummeting death last time, and I am back here in the servants' quarters. Fortunately, I am pretty much down to a surgical science of destroying everything along this way, so let's get started. We are still here in the Lost Bastille. I'm working on making progress. I don't know what I'm making progress to, but so far what I've discovered is there is a very tricky, suspicious-looking room with, I think, has hidden doors, too many explosive barrels to be a coincidence, and too many explosive enemies to make it a safe trip. Further from there, we then have a gated door, which I didn't open, but looks to open to another mist door, which I don't know is a new area or another boss. Given how this is already a new area, it might just be another boss, but that just seems a little, I don't know, sudden. But then again, so was the Dragon Rider and Dragon Slayer. They were back to back. Alright, these guys just, take it methodically. Kill the far one first, turn the corner, kill that one right there, and then kill the far one as he gets up. Alright, in this one, I'm just going to run ahead, gain the high ground, because these guys don't look like they're smart enough to climb ladders. Kill this guy, who normally would drop down. And I'm going to, let's see. Okay, I can't shoot an arrow down. I don't want to go down there and break up, because there's two mummies hiding in there. Let me get rid of that before they blow that up and I blow up with it. I'm going to actually lob a fireball down there, because that's actually one good use here. Yep, lob a fireball. Bam! Alright. Small area spread there for a fireball. Alright. Brushed one out. And there's another one in one of those jars there. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Done. That's exactly how that sort of run is supposed to happen. Okay. I died trying to get that treasure there, and falling from where I was falling was not a smart move. Oh, come on. I don't know how to push those things without having them blow up, because when I roll into them they collapse, and sometimes when I push them they roll over. More alluring skulls. I haven't used the item yet, so I don't necessarily know what it attracts. Alright, two guys you can kill from the stairs. One here, turn around, there's one right behind you. These mummies fortunately give you plenty of leeway on line of sight, so you shouldn't have a problem locking onto them and killing them from a distance. Alright, back to this elevator room and grab my souls. I am not going to try to jump down and get that treasure. Let's see. I'm not going to try to go through that gate yet. Let's see. Be wary of enemy horde and then bonfire. Alright. Duly noted. If it's another horde of mummies, that would not surprise me. So let me just try to take it nice and easy. I don't know if one's going to jump up behind me. Alright. Nope. Okay. Wow. Yeah, there are four of them in this room. So we're going to go ahead and... 5 of them from this room. So we are going to kill them from the stairs. I can lock onto these 3, no problem. Oh, come on. There we go. Don't get up now. And these guys I should be able to hit before they take too much notice of me. Yep. Perfect. Alright. Clean sweep. Alright, there's a bonfire. And it's another petrified guy. A statue blocks your way. The fact that I can examine it probably means it's important. It looks pretty cool though, like a sorcerer. I wish I had a cloak like that. Alright, so he reminds me of the lady who's petrified on the switch, who I cannot come out and unpetrify yet. And this door is locked, and I do not have a key to unlock it. So I'm noticing a few locked cell doors, so there must be a special key somewhere in here that unlocks all these little jail cells. And there's a door going beyond him, so I wonder if that's more treasure. Or actually... Okay, so it leads above this area, so it must be like a balcony area. Well, for all I know, it curves around and it helps loop around to whatever this mystery is. I swear, people keep saying this is an illusory wall, and it really feels like it is. Huh. No switches I see, though. Yep, that's a good warning. Nope. Nothing interesting around these walls. I'm gonna wear out my dagger stabbing these walls. Okay, I guess I really just Don't have too much of a choice. Alright, I suppose let's just move forward then. Now I know there's another optional path up here where there is a guy who needs to be unpetrified and there's a door that needs to be unlocked. So I need to remember that next time I get some sort of key here. It's probably like with the giant where the boss drops a key and you can then explore further parts on where there's probably another boss beyond there. Alright, so that looks like a great spot for an enemy to be in. And there is. Alright, one of these guys. Haven't seen you in a while, guy. Alright, 8 life gems. That's great, and also suggests that there's probably going to be a lot of danger right ahead. Let's see. Be wary of right enemy. Yep, got that. Alright, there's a bunch of explosive barrels right there on my way and a mist door. And in there, I think, are 3 enemies up top? Oh, they're archers. Okay. Alright, let me just try to run through their volley fire. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's see. Sinner's Rise. Okay, so it's a new area. Sinner's Rise. Okay. Well, there's already people shooting at me. Where? Oh, there he is. Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay, 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 okay. It must be those 3 archers. I think they fell down and went to attack me. Okay, let me drink this up really quickly, and these guys are not that bad by themselves. But when they get to jump on you, they can cut you down to size, as you just clearly saw. Ah, I was hoping he would blow up. Not paying attention. That'll cost you. Like that. Yeah, okay, so those guys must have jumped down from up there. Alright, noted. Alright, take care of these guys up here as we have the high ground. Oh, really? He survived that? Come on. Ouch. Those crossbows deal a lot of damage. Ow. Oh, jeez. Oh, not good. Oh, not good. Oh, okay, good. Those crossbow guys also fire and reload really quickly. Oh, come on. No wonder they dropped all these life gems. Common fruit. Okay, there's an elevator down there. That's probably leading to a boss. Something this big. Yep, pushed him over. I love it when that happens. Treasure ahead. Looks like it. Be careful. Alright. Collecting a good size of these, which is good because I burned through a lot of them getting through those 3 sentinel sentries. Alright, so let's start rising up Sinner's Rise. Alright, well that's where I came in from, so that's where that is. Let's move upwards and onwards. Bonfire head. Awesome. Alright, looks a little safe. Oh, item. Excellent. Okay, there's the bonfire. Right here in this little perched area. There's a lot of dead bodies around here for some reason. Okay. Well, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Majula really quickly and cash in these souls. Because now that I'm at a good pausing point, this might be a good point to to not tread too far ahead. Because it looks like that might be a boss area down below. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Pointless ahead, huh? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, so I'm going to just pause here and cut ahead. Okay, I am back at Sinner's Rise. And I can see that I'm immediately under volley of 3 crossbowmen that are right there next to your spawn area. I now understand why there's so many dead guys here. Oh, wait. Oh, he has an Archdrake robe. I forgot that I had that. I lightened my load a little bit, so I might be able to wear that without it encumbering me. I really should make it a point to increase my vitality, though, and increase my load. So that way I can wear heavier armor and still tumble. Ah, alright, okay, well, I'm going to keep it a little careful here. I recharged myself, recharged the enemies, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more careful with these guys. Ouch. These guys fire really fast, and they hit hard. Let's try to just block shield until we can get it. Alright. Ouch. Alright, if you can basically fire fast enough, then out. Okay, I wasn't fast enough on the last one. But if you can fire fast enough, you can kill them with a volley before they have enough time to load, reload, and fire, and all that. Alright, this is definitely a dead end. Nothing around there. Alright, that's a dead end, looks like. Alright, so the only way forward, it looks like, is down the elevator. So, given how this is a bonfire right here, and there's a giant elevator over there, I'm getting the inkling that this is a boss fight. Just like how the last giant, you just send an elevator boss fight, there you go. Alright, taking care of these guys. Let's see, while I grind on my way down there, let me see. Let me talk about something else in the meantime. Let's see, what's modern? Let's see, while I was out, one of the games that came out during my absence was Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, and I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. In fact, one of my recapitations I want to do in the future is Metal Gear Solid, because that series not only is long, but very plot intensive, and is a very complicated plot that I think not a lot of people are fully aware of. They just kind of know the generalities. So that's going to be an upcoming recapitation series, once I finish up Final Fantasy. And, let's see. At first when Ground Zeroes was coming out, and I heard it was basically going to be a glorified tech demo, at first I was, kind of cautiously optimistic, and I was thinking, maybe it's not going to be so bad. Maybe it's going to be one of those open world where there's a lot of things to discover, lots of side missions that are spontaneously generated, things like that. And it turns out, oh, there's a treasure right there. Ah, go figure. All right, let me jump up and grab it on the way up. Lacerating knife. Interesting. Can't pick up that crossbow. Oh, I made a tactical error. I should have dropped down when the elevator was going down. Now I have no choice but to die. Oh, maybe I'm lucky and I can just get the edge? Maybe? Maybe? Nope, no dice. Alright. Well, let me make my way down here again and regale you guys with a small tale. So, Metal Gear Solid. A lot of people are criticizing the fact that it apparently is quote-unquote like a 2-hour game or whatever. And a lot of people aren't even calling it a game, it's just a glorified tech demo, prologue thing. And it makes me call into question. First of all, I'm not going to talk too much about that, because that is certainly very short. And even I have a hard time defending and justifying something that short, especially for what they're charging. Especially when there are other games, especially in the same series, when they provided a very long demo for Metal Gear Solid 2 with Zone of Enders, and there are other games like Dead Rising 2, which offered a prologue And granted, it was charged, but it was really, really good. Like, I got a good amount of value out of that. I really enjoyed it. But to charge $30–40 for a prologue is kind of crazy, especially since there are special editions out there that run upwards of $100. That's crazy. You'd have to be a super hardcore, no questions asked Metal Gear fan for that, and I'm not necessarily to that level. What it does bring to attention, though, is what is a good balance of value? Like, market value is usually the balance between what an item costs versus what people are willing to pay. That's usually fair market value. You know, any economics guys out there, correct me on my terminology, but that's more or less the case. What's the quote-unquote fair market value of a game length? Like, how much are people willing to pay for a particular length in a particular genre? Be it an open world game, be it an RPG. Because I realized a couple of videos ago I mentioned in No Man's Wharf that this series will be a while, because this is an RPG that in most typical RPGs run 40–60 hours, upwards to like 100 and such. And I wonder, was I not just typecasting a typical expected value of an action RPG even like this? Because there are other action RPGs that usually run anywhere from 20 hours-ish, you know, maybe usually less sometimes. The shortest RPG I ever played was, I think, beginning to end, something like 40 minutes, and I did 100% completion, did absolutely everything. Wasn't speedrunning. It was over 40 minutes. It was a full retail game. I'm trying to remember what that was. It was a PlayStation 1 game. It was one of Nippon Ichi's NIS's early ones. I forget what it was. But here's the deal. What is a fair market value for a game? Like, we already know most games these days, AAA titles, cost $60. Okay, that's a fair investment. At that point, it doesn't become necessarily fair market value because you're going to be charged a standard price. It then becomes how much bang you're getting for your buck, and how much value is being perceived for that bang for buck. For example, games like Titanfall. I was in the beta and I played it, and I'm like, this is really fun, but I really hope this isn't the final game, even though the beta is leading up to basically 2 weeks out until the game release, and it's not looking all that fully fleshed out. So, at what point are we to expect more for our $50–60? I realize these games cost a lot to make, especially new gen, but how much content, how much length do we have? And when I say length, I don't want filler content. I hate that. I hate filler content. Like, RPGs like this, where I can keep up with the pace without grinding too much, I like. That's a well-paced game. But there are many RPGs out there that require you to grind for hours in order to progress, and I don't like that sort of filler. That's not fun to me. That's just an artificial lengthening of time. Same thing for RPGs that have very lazy quest design, such as, you know, go out there and collect X many of Y object, you know, or I need you to go to the other side of the planet and talk to this person, and that person may say, I'm going to go to this other corner of the planet and collect this item, and then return it to me. You know, those are such tedious quests. And that's a discussion for an entire different way. How to make same quests even more fun. You can do that, you know. You can make those tedious quests a lot more fun. There have been creative ways to tackle traditional quest designs. But there are many games that make no effort, and so it makes me wonder, okay, what's the actual value I'm getting for this game? Because a lot of this filler stuff, does it add to the value, or is it just padding? You know, fluff, filler. It could be gone without. Was I wasting my time? How much length is considered a waste of time? You know, how much quality time do you need before you feel a game is a waste of time? Or, like I was going back with Titanfall, that Call of Duty, Battlefield, take your pick of competitive shooter. At what point, because you can argue, oh, those games are only done when you're done playing them, and that's true. That's true for a lot of games, but we all know that it's basically only as true as far as that game, you can get as many hours of it until you put it down or the next year's model comes out. At which point, when you know this game is only going to be around for basically 8 to 12 months until it gets replaced by next year's model, what's the best value for the dollar that you're getting right then and there? How much value are you getting? How much should we expect? What's the fair market value? That is such a gray area that I think will never be argued down. I think what we do know, and I don't like this whole I'll call it as I see it, I'll know it when I see it. I don't necessarily buy that. But I do think there should be, not a hard value, not trying to firm, you know, thou shalt have RPGs be $40, $60 or 40, 60 hours, you know. You don't have to do that. But at some point, you need to also be flexible and say, for what I'm charging here, compare it to other games in the same genre, in the same audience that I'm appealing. The people that are playing this, what else are they playing? How much are they getting for their dollar over there versus how much am I delivering? You know, how about we use that? How about we try to stand on industry standards and progress and say, okay, for a typical game of what this is delivering, this type of experience, this is kind of what everybody perceives as fair. You know, this is in the ballpark. And anything less, people might get suspicious that they're getting, you know, ripped off. And anything more, as long as it's good quality, you know, if it's filler, people may not be too impressed. But if it's more quality content, absolutely, people are gonna really highly praise you, probably give you points for putting so much effort into your game. So, and then that begs the question, okay, well then, who are these industry leaders? And I get the feeling the answer might be something along the lines of, well, what games are the most popular? What are the best sellers, you know? That's usually kind of what people go with. It's like, okay, who's the king of the hill for, like, you know, action games? Who's king of the hill for competitive team-based shooters? Who's king of the hill for action RPGs of what I'm trying to accomplish? Who's king of the hill for survival horror? Other games like this. Now let me use them as a measuring stick for the amount of quality content experience that I'm giving, and that's what I'm going to stick with. And I don't know, maybe I just answered my own question. Maybe that is the fair market value. I always like to think that developers and all that are trying their hardest, but you know, you always get the type that you suspect aren't. And it's always disappointing when it's a name that you feel that you love and trust. But okay, I think I'm going to leave that guy over there, and I finally made it back to this elevator here, and we are going to continue on this next area. Thanks for paying attention to my long-windedness, and I am going to pause here, and we will continue this next area, the lower part of Sinner's Rise, or at least below Sinner's Rise, next time. So, thanks for watching. Bye.